Good morning. Sorry, I got a bit late. Acha, before I forget, tomorrow onwards, 22nd to 25th, we wouldn't be doing the calls. Okay? I'll put it on the group, but still I'm just informing you because my brother and his family are coming to Pune and they're going to stay with me, and then it'll be disturbing at that time. So 22nd to 25th, we don't have this call. Okay, from tomorrow onwards. And yeah, how's everybody? You can put it on the chat if you want. Cool. Okay. Let's close our eyes and take some few deep breaths. So inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. So when you blow out, when you do this sound like, it's like as if you're blowing out everything that is, eight element, it's stressing. So inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. So when I wake up with some weird dreams, there's a lot of disturbance in my mind. And dreams I get every day because I'm very, very perceptive. So I can perceive a lot of things. But if there's something, if I've spoken to, say, 4-5 people who are unwell and like really unwell, something like a cancer or this and that, then sometimes I do soul semblantly, but if I don't do it like a deeper one, then things are processing in my mind, and morning I get weird dreams. And so these dreams are always an indication about something about the past, something about the present, something about the future, but everything comes mixed up in my dreams, I'm talking. Okay. And so in those times I wake up with a very kind of a, it's a bit disturbing in the morning, and then I have to process it. So by the time I finish my I get fresh and wash my face, etc., etc. That processing is still going on. And so that is why, like when I'm here, it's nice to take deep breaths, inhale and blow it out. Inhale, exhale, blow it out. What happens when we do this simple activity? We get back to our body. We are not in our mind space. When I'm saying this, here is not the mind, by the way. This is the brain. Head is not a mind space. Because I used to teach theory of subconscious mind, self-hypnosis. I've not done it in a very long time. So in my hypnotherapy classes, we've learned that So the mind actually is in the, what do you call that? This part of here, okay? That's called the pit of the mind. When we say butterflies in the stomach, blah, 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 or that is that area, okay? So we all refer to the mind here, but it's the brain. This is the mind, okay? And that's the part of your body which will start doing something. When there's something, you're anticipating some problem, or if you have some intuition about something and your body is trying to show you something, okay? Maybe when I was not into healing and all, I may have got all that, but maybe I never, noticed much. But especially after doing so many healing modalities, like, and learning so many things, I'm very aware of what my body is trying to indicate in any given time. And then I question, I do some questions, I connect to my body. I ask my body, okay, body, what are you trying to say? So is the information that your body is giving always about you? No. It is about what you are perceiving, what you are receiving. It's also about what you know. And sometimes it's also about what is happening in and around you. Okay. But to that level of awareness, to come to that level of awareness that, okay, my body is indicating something, that means I should not, neglect that. I must take some action about it. If it is only mind, worry, chinta, jisko hum kehte hain, that is not what I'm talking. Chinta ki baat nahi kar rahi hu. It is about not something that is just imaginary, something that is your body is trying to tell you. And when your body is trying to tell you something, it never lies. Body never lies. The mind may manipulate, but the body doesn't. Body always speaks the truth. So it's nice to listen to your body and communicate with your body. And Soul's Temple is a beautiful way of communicating with your body. You can, like, slowly, gradually, if you start practicing Soul's Temple every day, you can connect to every cell of your body and you can get, like, what is my body trying to tell me? Okay. So how would you go about it? See, even acknowledging that my body is trying to tell me something, I'm having burps and something is going on, okay? And that something that is going on may not necessarily be something that's going on inside me. It can be what I'm perceiving from maybe my, family members, children, or anybody in my universe whom I'm close to. And I get like very, my intuitive faculties are very high. So many times I can see what people can't see, in even before things happen sometimes. Although I have trained myself not to make it big in my head and just work on it and change it from my end, whatever I can. So what happens when you're doing that? It becomes like a, you did your bit. So say, for example, if you're very, your extrasensory perceptions are, and you can premonition, just come get it. And you already know that, oh, maybe, there's going to be a storm or there's going to be an earthquake somewhere. There are people who know that. Not in my case, I'm not that very, I'm more connected to people than what's going to happen on the earth. that also, if I want to, I can connect, but otherwise, I'm more connected to the people. So what is going to happen in people's lives, I can figure out, because day in and day out, I work with people. And most of the times it's one-to-one sessions. So it's very deep work that I do. So then when people get to know about it, obviously, if you get to know that, okay, there's going to be an earthquake, you really can't change the earthquake. Okay, that's going to come anyway. But if you're aware of it, what you can do is, when you heal that part of you, which is aware, and you go by what comes in your knowledge, in your vicinity, some part of that disaster that is going to come may reduce. Okay. How much it will reduce and all, we cannot measure. We can do our bit. Okay. For example, when this Ayodhya temple verdict was going to come, everybody was anticipating, like really there was major chaos. And everybody was anticipating that tomorrow they are going to be like all fights and killing and whatnot. That finally the Ayodhya temple verdict is going to come. How it comes to me, like some 5 of my different clients, friends, one by one, oh my God, Vanna, this is happening, Vanna, this is happening, Vanna, something is happening, Vanna, something. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? Okay. And I'm not a very current affairs person, so I'm not into news much. But the moment I ask questions, I get awareness. Okay, so something is going on where everybody is disturbed in their minds collectively, that tomorrow can be a problematic day. And that those who are perceptive, they all get disturbed unknowingly. And then if they're connected to me, they call me or they message me that, hey, Bandhana, something is really not fine, blah, blah, blah. So just like I have a group for the morning calls, I have a group called For Greater Well-Being. In that, there are like, again, more than 100 people or something. They are like my old participants of Soul Stable, not the current ones. Those who have done Soul Stable with me, say 5 years back, before. So they're all there on that group. It's a dormant group right now, but at that time, then I said, okay, let's all get together. Let's do Soul Temple. Like if 100 of us get together and do Soul Temple, something will shift. And then I started asking questions, and we all were collectively together doing Soul Temple. And those statements I was writing on WhatsApp, and everybody was affirming the questions, the statements. So after like one and a half hours, the individual people who were complaining, 4-5 people who messaged me, their things got better. So then I, in that moment, I'm like, okay, fine, fair enough, something is shifted. And the next day was absolutely peaceful. Means I was in Pune that day. We were going to have a class next day, and everything went like absolutely fine. Okay. There was no chaos, actually. So can I attribute that whole piece just to my Soul Temple or the people, like 100 of us who did? Maybe yes, maybe not. It's just that I did my bit. Okay. And I always believe that instead of not doing anything and just sitting and anticipating that, oh my God, problem may come, it's better to do something and then face it, whatever comes. Okay. If you don't do something and then you aware and you see that, oh my God, this happened, then we might go, oh, I knew before only. But if you knew before, what did you do about it? Okay. So for that, Soul Temple is a very, very, very beautiful tool. कि अगर पहले से आपको कुछ पता चल रहा है कि something is just not right, sit and do Soul Temple. It really, really shifts things. And when it shifts inside you, it also shifts outside you sometimes. And they, like, by the day, by the month, the more you practice, your ability to shift things for you, yourself and others becomes bigger. My case, of course, now I've been doing it for 7+ years. So naturally, it's very simple for me. I just sit and do Soul's Temple and things are peaceful. That's all. And if beyond that, if something happens, then of course I use other healing modalities also if required. There are so many other modalities I do. But yeah, this really, really helps to handle our emotions, handle the situation in a way better manner than when we don't practice. Okay. So let's connect to our bodies. Now, this is what I'm going to do today is about what we perceive. Okay. Perceive means आभास होना. It's not मेरे अंदर हो रहा है, मुझे आभास हो रहा है. So what I'm perceiving. So I'm going to go by the words that come to me intuitively, like I usually do. But what I thought was maybe it's about like 4-5 people that I know, which I saw in my dream. But the words that are coming to me is collective discomfort. Okay. Oh, I get it. Today is 21st December 2012. Wow. Got it. Okay, so 21st December 2012 is winter solstice. And it's the longest night. Okay. My friend Nitya in Bangalore, she does takes everybody to the forest. They do shamanism, shamanic journeys. They work for the earth. They work for themselves. People keep awake all night. Those who are into spiritual, those who know things about these numbers and this day. I don't keep awake all night on every 21st December. I'm not sure about today, but 21st December 2021. They say that 21st December 2012, they used to say that that's a time of shift. Something is beginning to shift. And so 21st December 2012 to now 21st December 2021, the shift period is like the churning has ended and new beginnings. It's a time for new beginnings for everybody beyond now. So as soon as I acknowledge now that thing is not happening in my body. So that's the way body communicates. Simply, I just affirmed in my mind, the collective discomfort I'm perceiving is my soul's temple before I even said it. And immediately I got the awareness, okay, 21st December 2012. 2021 today. Okay. So that's how your body indicates, your body tells you things. Okay. And when you get aware of it, it becomes way more easier. Life is so much more, settled. Okay. So the collective discomfort I'm perceiving is my soul's temple. The collective discomfort I'm perceiving is my soul's temple. The collective discomfort I am perceiving is my soul's temple. The collective discomfort I am perceiving is my soul's temple. The collective discomfort I am perceiving is my soul's temple. The collective discomfort I am perceiving is my soul's temple. The collective discomfort I am perceiving is my soul's temple. My need to perceive the discomfort in the collective is my soul's temple. My need to perceive the discomfort of the collective is my soul's temple. My need to perceive the discomfort of the collective is my soul's temple. My need to perceive the discomfort of the collective is my soul's temple. My need to perceive the discomfort of the collective is my soul's temple. My need to perceive the discomfort of the collective is my soul's temple. My need to perceive the discomfort of the collective is my soul's temple. So sometimes I get visuals, okay? When I'm doing these affirmations, I get some visual showing me, okay, what's going on, okay? The shadow energies overpowering me and the collective are my soul's temple. The shadow energies overpowering me and the collective are my soul's temple. The shadow energies overpowering me and the collective are my soul's temple. The shadow energies overpowering me and the collective are my soul's temple. The shadow energies overpowering me and the collective are my soul's temple. The shadow energies overpowering me and the collective are my soul's temple. The shadow energies overpowering me and the collective are my soul's temple. My need to let the shadow energies overpower me is my soul's temple. My need to let the shadow energies overpower me is my soul's temple. My need to let the shadow energies overpower me is my soul's temple. My need to let the shadow energies overpower me is my soul's temple. My need to let the shadow energies overpower me is my soul's temple. My need to let the shadow energies overpower me is my soul's temple. My need to let the shadow energies overpower me is my soul's temple. My resistance to get clarity and let go all shadow energies is my soul's temple. My resistance to get clarity and let go all shadow energies is my soul's temple. My resistance to get clarity and let go of all the shadow energies is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of all the shadow energies and get clarity is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go all the shadow energies and get clarity is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of all shadow energies and get total clarity is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go all shadow energies and have total clarity is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of all shadow energies and have total clarity is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of all shadow energies and have total clarity is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of all the shadow energies and have total clarity is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of all the shadow energies and have total clarity is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of all the shadow energies and have total clarity is my soul's temple. Utilizing my knowledge and skills to clear all the clutter in and around me is my soul's temple. Utilizing my knowledge and skills to clear all the clutter in and around me is my soul's temple. Utilizing my knowledge and skills to clear all the clutter in and around me is my soul's temple. Utilizing my knowledge and my skills to clear all the clutter in and around me is my soul's temple. Utilizing my knowledge and my skills to clear all the clutter in and around me is my soul's temple. Utilizing my knowledge and my skills to clear all the clutter in and around me is my soul's temple. Utilizing my knowledge and my skills to clear all the clutter in and around me is my soul's temple. I've started sweating. It's funny, right? It was so cold when I joined. It was dark outside. Suddenly there is like so much light and, I'm sweating. So something shifted inside the body and something shifted outside as well. Okay. Your body is a beautiful indicator. It's the most powerful guide you have ever had. No guru, no teacher, no outside faculty can tell you better than your body about what's going on. Okay, inside of you and sometimes outside of you too. If you're if you're an empath and if you can perceive energies of the collective. So, and not just the sweat or something, but also the images. For me, the images that I'm seeing shifted. My body temperature shifted. So I was not having any pain by the. Okay. Usually we pay attention inwards when we have pain. By now, I have practiced to not wait for the pain to come. Before the pain comes, I notice the subtle indications of my body. Even if it's like this, I was breathing a bit heavy. Now people might think, oh, it's cold and so there can be heavy breathing. What's the big deal about it? I don't wait for, for even that to get worse. They say, a stitch in time saves 9. So on time, if you follow your body's indication, if you connect to your body, if you do this, whatever discomfort is, even if you don't know the statements that I do, see, don't go by what only I am doing and that how will we get these statements. You don't have to go there. Do the simple things. What is happening in your body, just affirm that. This is my soul's temple. This feeling is my soul's temple. This discomfort is my soul's temple. My need for this discomfort is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of this discomfort is my soul's temple. My resistance to heal myself is my soul's temple. It can be very simple statements. And then just keep going by what your body is trying to tell you. Go by the body sensation. Go by images if you get images. Go by, changes, subtle changes in you. Like I'm really telling you, I'm feeling so hot. I wore my shawl today because it was really feeling so cold. Okay, in that time. Has the temperature gone down like drastically with degrees? No. Itni jaldi thodi, what it is like. We started at 6:40, it's only 20 minutes. Okay. 20 minutes mean nothing, like, the whole world won't change. Or you cannot expect the entire temperature to change. But something shifted inside my body. And because it was some collective discomfort I was perceiving, I will take it as, okay, something has shifted. Some small shifts have shown up in my life and people's lives, whatever I was perceiving. Okay. This is the beauty when you work every day on your body. Your body will tell you everything. Your body becomes your best friend. And that's how beautiful our bodies are. Like really. We have never been taught to love the body. We have all been told, शरीर नश्वर है, खत्म हो जाएगा, शरीर से प्यार मत करो, भगवान से प्यार करो, और मोक्ष की प्राप्ति, nirvana. We all want nirvana. And we have been trained to hurt our bodies, hate our bodies, let pain be. thinking that, oh, pain is the way to reach God. No gain without pain. All these belief systems, these are all redundant now, old, gone. After 2012 to 2021 was a time of shift of body consciousness. It was moving from mind consciousness to body consciousness, and acknowledging that this body has gifts like nothing else in this reality. When you're on earth and when you're in a body, the body has gifts like nobody else can gift to you. That is the beauty of the body. And when you start befriending your body, make your body your friend, you really don't need any friend outside. I mean, you have friends outside, but your body is your best friend. Because I always tell in my Souls Temple workshops, from the time you were born till the time you're going to die is the, from the time you were born till the time you're going to die, the only one thing that is always going to be with you is your body. Your mother, your father, they may die. Your, siblings may pass off. Your spouse may leave. Your children may leave. Everything may leave. Your friends may leave. They may go different cities. They may shift locations. Who is going to be with you always is really your body. And the more you befriend your body, the more you, start connecting to your body, like how Seema is written, right? Connecting to my body is my soul's temple. Yeah, you can do, see, anything that you get, Seema, just go ahead and do. You don't have to wait, for seeking approval for that. Okay. Whatever comes to you, do those statements, keep going further, not just connecting to my body is my soul's temple, keep going further, what else is coming. Okay. And take it forward. And the more you connect to your body and whatever comes to you, if you keep affirming, you will start seeing how beautifully things will be so much at ease all the time, inside you and outside. Okay. Even if there's something outside you, you can sit and affirm for that also. Okay. And collectively, if you want to do, we can do this. Connecting to my body is my soul's temple. 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 For further, you all can do if you're not able to connect, you can do my inability to connect to my body is my soul's temple. My inability to connect to my body is my soul's temple. My inability to connect to my body is my soul's temple. Or my resistance to connect to my body is my soul's temple. My resistance to connect to my body is my soul's temple. My resistance to connect to my body is my soul's temple. My resistance to stay connected to my body is my soul's temple. My resistance to stay connected to my body is my soul's temple. My resistance to stay connected to my body is my soul's temple. My resistance to be present in my body is my soul's temple. My resistance to be present in my body is my soul's temple. My resistance to be present in my body is my soul's temple. My resistance to be present in my body is my soul's temple. My resistance to be present in my body is my soul's temple. My resistance to be present in my body is my soul's temple. My resistance to be present in my body is my soul's temple. So what I'm getting is why people are not present in the body. Okay. Why people are not present in the body? Because if they get present to the body, they have to get present with the pain that is in their body or in their life. And we all like to avoid pain. We all like to neglect what is going on and just not face it, okay, collectively. And if you get present with your body will keep giving indications, right? So why we have a resistance to be present in our bodies is because then we want to avoid the pain that we have to get present to. Getting present to the pain of my body is my soul's temple. Getting present to the pain of my body is my soul's temple. Getting present to the pain of my body is my soul's temple. Getting present to the pain of my body is my soul's temple. Getting present to the pain of my body is my soul's temple. Getting present to the pain of my body is my soul's temple. Getting present to the pain of my body is my soul's temple. My need to avoid facing or confronting my pain, like you have to sit with your pain. My need to avoid sitting with my pain or discomfort. It can be discomfort, not pain. My need to avoid sitting with my discomfort is my soul's temple. My need to avoid sitting with my discomfort and pain is my soul's temple. My need to avoid sitting with my discomfort and pain is my soul's temple. My need to avoid sitting with my discomfort and pain is my soul's temple. My need to avoid sitting with my discomfort and pain is my soul's temple. My need to avoid sitting with my discomfort and pain is my soul's temple. My need to avoid sitting with my discomfort and pain is my soul's temple. My resistance to acknowledge my healing capacities is my soul's temple. My resistance to acknowledge my healing capacities is my soul's temple. My resistance to acknowledge my healing capacities is my soul's temple. My resistance to acknowledge my healing capacities is my soul's temple. My resistance to acknowledge my healing capacities is my soul's temple. My resistance to acknowledge my healing capacities is my soul's temple. My resistance to acknowledge my body's healing capacities is my soul's temple. My resistance to acknowledge my body's healing capacities is my soul's temple. My resistance to acknowledge my body's healing capacities is my soul's temple. My resistance to acknowledge my body's healing capacities is my soul's temple. My resistance to acknowledge my body's healing capacities is my soul's temple. Allowing my body to heal all that is going on with ease is my soul's temple. Allowing my body to heal all that is going on with ease is my soul's temple. Allowing my body to heal all that is going on with ease is my soul's temple. Allowing my body to heal all that is going on with ease is my soul's temple. Allowing my body to heal all that is going on with ease is my soul's temple. Allowing my body to heal all that is going on with ease is my soul's temple. Allowing my body to heal all that is going on with ease is my soul's temple. Choosing to have a relaxed mind and body is my soul's temple. Choosing to have a relaxed mind and body all the time is my soul's temple. Choosing to have a relaxed mind and body all the time is my soul's temple. Choosing to have a relaxed mind and body all the time is my soul's temple. Choosing to have a relaxed mind and body all the time is my soul's temple. Choosing to have a relaxed mind and body all the time is my soul's temple. Choosing to have a relaxed mind and body all the time is my soul's temple. So the fun part is no sweat, nothing. I'm not feeling hot anymore. There's a pretty nice, peaceful chill. Okay, it's like nice, like वो बोलते हैं ना कि मीठी मीठी ठंड, right? So, and this ठंड is not uncomfortable. This is like nice, oh, lovely weather. It's like that. Okay. Now, what is this whole thing that is happening from when we started till now? The body is giving me information as in when things are shifting. It's such a joy, to work with your body and do these affirmations. For me, it is like magic, always. Okay, it's beautiful to befriend your body. Like, trust me, you will never be alone. You will never be alone because you have a best friend with you all the time. In fact, it is you. It's a part of you, right? And you can actually come to a space where not just you'll know things before they happen, but also you'll be able to heal parts of it before it becomes worse. That's the beauty. You don't need a compass to tell you which direction to go. Your body will tell you everything. Okay. But to reach that space where your body tells you everything, everyday practice. That is why 3 months soul step. So another thing, as I said, tomorrow, no session. 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 4 days I'm not going to be here in the morning. What does that mean? That you don't do it? No. Maybe you don't wake up in the morning at 6:30, but my recommendation, if you haven't watched all videos, go watch the videos. Okay. There are more videos before this that I have done. You can watch those videos. If you have taken out time, an hour, half an hour in a day for yourself, for your body, take out that time tomorrow, even if Bandhana is not there. 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th. Take out that time and do Soul's Temple with yourself. If you don't want to watch a video, doesn't matter. Just sit with your body, do Soul's Temple like how we are doing, okay? So that on 26th, when we catch up again, or 26 or 27, whatever, I'll put it on the group. You all must have practiced at least 4 times, in those 4 days. Means 1 time each day at least, okay? Then you will know how you do it when you do it yourself, okay? So practice, and I'll see you after Christmas. Merry Christmas to everybody. Have an amazing holiday season. And thank you for joining.
Thank you, Bandhana.
You're welcome.
Have a great time.
Thank you. Yeah, my younger brother and his family are coming. They have 2 twin kids, 11-year-old. So I'm very excited.
You're going out of town?
Yeah, I'll be going Hidden US. It's just that place nearby, Pune, NR. Yeah.
Great.
But yeah, I'm just like, they are coming for the first time to Pune. So I'm very excited.
Have a good time.
Thank you. See you all. Bye.
Bye.